Hi guys, welcome to Windsome Cottage Garden. My name is Hannah and I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. It's a little earlier in the morning than I typically make videos, so I'm still kind of tired, but it's going to be a full day today filled with lots of projects. And the first of which I thought I would do in this video, because there's a lot of just like little maintenance-y things that need to be done, and I thought I'd bring you guys along for them, including one very exciting thing. I was able to go on a field trip. Oh, and you can kind of see my dad. He's helping me. It might seem like he never left. He did briefly, and he's back helping me with a couple of the projects today before heading back home and delivering the new to me lawnmower I got, which I'm excited about. We just needed a trailer to pick it up from the place it was at. So, anywho, he's helping me right now unload some plants I got from a coworker, Julie. I was really fortunate to be able to go to her yard. She has this amazing collection of hostas and shade plants tucked into the hillside, and she wanted to share some with me. So I went and was able to divide so many plants. I actually should count. It'd probably be at the end of the day. We bare rooted them so like her soil wasn't disturbed. So today one of the things I need to do pretty quickly is heal them into the ground or put soil around them in their pots. We're also going to be going and dropping off the last load of brush and wood from our trees coming down and getting soil. And I thought I'd bring you along for that journey. So the first thing, we're getting these out of my car, and then we're going to go do the wood first thing because we need the trailer for something else as well. So let's get to it. I forgot to film us doing most of the unloading, but here's the last of it. If you walk over here, you will find the yew bush from a previous journey. Oh, to get dirt. Conveniently, it's all in the same place. To add to the kind of hodgepodgey nature of this video, I'm missing a couple of transition clips where I explained we got back. We also got a load of mulch, which wasn't filmed, but we used the dirt to plant 2 trees that we included in a video earlier this week that I will link below if you missed it. We also, and thought I did a couple clips here, but I can't find them, went to a local nursery that I absolutely love and bought a few more trees that will be planted in an upcoming video. I was really fortunate my dad was willing to come help me with a couple of those things because I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but I have hurt my piriformis muscle, which is part of the like bending structure in your hip and back area. And so while towards the end of the day I'm usually feeling pretty good because movement really helps it, I was limited in what I could lift while moving. So I did things like make sure I got everything all in one spot and then got it all done. And again, was really grateful that my dad came back to help me get those trees in the ground. So it is a new day, as you might have guessed, and this video has morphed a little bit. I did not film me healing in the plants I got from Julie, because I did it while my dad was planting trees, which you saw in a recent video. But there is one task left that I need to do with some of the plants that I thought I'd bring you along for. And I thought I'd just show them to you because they look really great. You also saw me mulch the trees and they're being watered. And so it is the end of the day. These were healed in yesterday. And they perk overnight. They're looking a little sad right now because it was very warm today, but I watered them really well this morning. I just gave them another drink. And I'm going to water them last thing with more of a slow water. So they're looking a tiny bit sad, but I think most of these things will bounce. And what a number of things did I get? I got 34 varieties of plants, and I got multiple of most of them. Most of what I got can actually be divided. So this you might recognize if you've been following my channel, is where we overwintered small pots. I had pulled some of them when trees were coming down because I knew they'd be hit, and I went through and pulled the rest, added them to that hoard, which I will be doing something with soon, and then kind of put these in, healed them into the ground until I'm ready to use them. But I have a ton of this beautiful yellow iris. I actually cut the blooms off because it was blooming right now. It's a German iris, this really funky blue grass. And actually, these iris are from Julie too. She gave them to me last fall. And then just a ton of different hosta. I have a Japanese painted fern I tucked underneath. She had so many really, really cool hostas that I'm just really excited about. These actually from my house, and not that exciting, it's myrtle. Some really cool sedge and other shade grasses. Look at this really interesting hosta with like a very heart-shaped leaf and a blue-green. She said, I think this is one that was her dad's that she's had for like 30 years. A couple of them are, and I was so honored that she gave them to me. Some Hakana Cloa. Over here are some things that are looking pretty sad. I have no idea what this is. I really, really hope it perks. It is some like really deep purpley veining, which is interesting. I also loved this hosta. It's wet right now, but this white is part of the leaf. It looks, it's just so interesting to me. Some more. These are like a dwarf German iris. I think this is Virginia, I'm not sure. Some other, I can't remember what that is off the top of my head. I can look it up. Siberian iris, some geranium. I have a couple of different things in pots. These are Brunnera that are looking really sad, but they're going to perk overnight. This is the one thing right here I'm not sure is going to make it. They were some oak leaf hydrangea babies that we didn't get much of a root. They looked like this last night. I watered them well, and they were perfectly perky this morning. So I just watered them well again. Maybe, and I watered them well this morning, and I've just got my fingers crossed. We come around here. I have some anemone that is going to the cottage. There's some other really cool hostas, some astilbe. Look at this one. I thought this was really cool. It almost looks like, instead of like clean streaks, it's like dappled. That I thought was interesting. Some more sedge. This was another really cool hosta. It's not showing up super well, but it's like a neon-y green, like a soft neon. This is a brown ligularia that I'm hoping will bounce too. And then just this sedge is actually the same as that sedge. I tried to group things, but they were in different buckets. Another cool hosta. Another ligularia, some chives, and hellebores. And actually, my dad home with a ton of hellebores and some bishop seal, which are going, do not eat the grass. Do not eat that. It is not for dogs. Get out the way. Look at this. She's trying to look at me like, what? Maisie, look at me. What you got hanging from your mouth? You got to stay away from that. Good news, this is going in the front yard very soon. But I did send my dad home with some hellebores too, because she gave me like probably 50 or 60 plant starts, because she's had 2 or 3 varieties, she said, that just naturalized, and she had a hillside of hellebores. I also have some here that are just in a bucket that actually I'm going to deal with right now because they've been in this bucket too long. And what I'm going to do, locate a trowel, and I think I'm just going to tuck them in this area. These plants are from her too. They're purple coneflowers, and I'm going to plant tomorrow. So I just kind of tucked them in here because I ran out of space. A couple of them are kind of sad, but they'll perk. I'll give them some water. What I might do, stick a good chunk of them in here. I don't know. Oh, there's some creeping stuff I don't really want in here. But this would be a pretty area to just fill with hellebores. And I think they'd like this woodland area, but I got my pine mulch pile here. So I might need to spread that out first and move my coneflower. We're wondering, my pile of plants is looking really, really great. All the hostas came back. I did lose a couple of eryngium and some dwarf hollyhocks. But in general, looking pretty good. And there is some space because we're going to be planting a tree near there. As well as I have a ton of the plants that used to be in there pulled because I'm going to be planting them in the front of the house, hopefully tomorrow. I only have about 45 minutes of light left, so let's hope I can get this done. I don't know if they're all going to survive because some of them didn't have a ton of roots, but there are 20 hellebores here. And these are ones that like to naturalize, so if it just filled this space, I'd be thrilled. So put the coneflowers in here, emptied some of the water, and put them in here so that they can perk up and hopefully get planted tomorrow. I need to grab this and a grass from over here. I think I'm gonna get this grass that my aunt gave me. And they're gonna join a collection of other plants I've already set aside for one of the areas I'm focusing on developing this year, and I'm really excited about. So that's probably going to do this video. Is a bit hodgepodgey. I was going to include setting up drip and the vegetable beds in this video. In fact, I've already put like an hour and 45 minutes into the project. But sneak peek, I needed to order some parts. Local hardware store didn't have what I needed, so Amazon to the rescue. So I think that's going to be in the video where I start planting things rather than hold this one up for that. So a little hodgepodgey, but it's almost like a Sunday video, except today's technically a Saturday and I started on Friday. But it's like my Sundays at the cottage. You never know exactly what you're gonna do, but it's all really necessary stuff. I am going to move the sprinkler onto these hellebores, give them at least a probably 45-minute soak, and I'll brave the dark and bugs to come move them again later. I really appreciate you joining me today. I know it was, again, a little bit of a catch-all video, but I hope you enjoyed it and see some of the behind-the-scene things that I don't always film. I appreciate you joining me as always, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye-bye.